Trump news: the Trump cash crunch just got worse. The legal issues plaguing Donald Trump are eating up more of his time and the money of his contributors, leaving a large hole in the bucket in a new filing with the Federal Election Commission. Trump Save America Leadership Political Action Committee revealed on Tuesday that they spent over $3.9 million in January while only receiving $8,508 from contributors. The incredible cash crunch under Donald Trump's control. One purpose accounted for nearly $3 million of that total expenditure to pay lawyers. Along the same lines, Trump's campaign lost over $2.6 million in January. It spent close to $11.5 million and raised close to $8.8 million, as revealed in a separate filing on Tuesday. According to the documents, Trump is still spending his contributors' money on a national presidential campaign and exorbitant legal expenditures from multiple civil lawsuits and for criminal indictments. Tuesday night's publication of Trump's papers gave his lone primary opponent, Nikki Haley, a boost when her campaign reported $11.5 million in donations last month. Before now, Haley's campaign has never raised more money, and Trump's in a single fundraising period. The Save America PAC, which Trump established shortly after the 2020 election, purportedly to finance legal challenges, actually had a gain of over $1 million in January, increasing its cash on hand to about $6.3 million, even though it reported almost no donations that month. Nevertheless, it is not possible to attribute such growth to fresh contributions. The former president wanted the return of $60 million last year as his legal fees threatened to bankrupt Save America, his legal slush fund. And the reason behind this is a $5 million transfer from another pro-Trump super PAC that is still trying to reimburse the money, while the super PAC has been paying back the return in $5 million installments since late last spring. That emergency bailout will also end in June, when the full refund is due. An additional indicator of the severity of Trump's financial crisis is the fact that in mid-January, Save America transferred $500,000 to his former campaign committee in order to save another one of Trump's political action committees. The Make America Great Again PAC had just approximately $570,000 in the bank at the beginning of the year. Hence, the influx from the flagging Save America midway through the month implies that MAGA PAC could potentially be on the verge of hitting rock bottom as well. There was a delay in a response from a Trump spokesman. What really happened with Trump's RNC shakeup and why Republicans will feel the pain? It is reasonable to assume that Trump's financial apparatus is intricate as he embarks on his third consecutive presidential campaign, even though Trump needs the money for his campaign. The Save America PAC is currently mostly there to pay for the former president's legal obligations. In accordance with the conditions of internet solicitations, he accomplishes this by collecting most of his funds through a joint fundraising committee, which automatically divides the proceeds. 90% go into the campaign, and Save America collecting the remaining 10%, despite transferring nearly $8.5 million to Trump's campaign. The most recent filings reveal that the Joint Fundraising Committee did not send any funds to Save America last month, considering the astronomical burn rate of those legal expenses. This means that Save America might still be in possession of up to $850,000 coming from its fundraising efforts in January. It's horrible timing for Trump's cash problem. The former president has been the target of two large court rulings in the past few weeks. After being found guilty of sexually abusing and defaming writer E. Jean Carroll, he received a $83.3 million payment. A few weeks later, he received a massive $355 million fine for years of corporate fraud in New York. Trump could end up spending up to $600 million due to interest and other expenses associated with those two verdicts alone, even though Trump has a fortune. The Republican National Committee's fundraising efforts are in jeopardy because he wants to charge his donors for his legal bills with the help of his daughter-in-law and other MAGA supporters. Trump is now trying to seize control of the Republican National Committee. Tax evasion seems to be the case behind Trump's $50 million mysterious debt, according to a previous article in the Daily Beast. This self-serving behavior might pose a lot of pressure on the Republican National Committee, which is having a hard time rallying behind its flagging candidate in this historic election season. Trump may be able to raise party funds as early as March, but he cannot do so until he formally receives the nomination, even though the field narrowed to just Haley. The primary fight is still